Hey everybody, how's it going? Long time no see. I don't have to wear a mask right now because there's nobody else in the store. So I don't have to have that damn covering over my face. Yes, people think that I wear that thing because I actually enjoy it. No, I don't. I wear it because 14 people work here, and there's many customers coming in and out of the store. And although I have my own office, there are many people that traverse in and out of my own office with questions, concerns, and other things. But they're not here to express their concerns or other things. So I am mask-free! At the moment, at least. So what we're going to do today is we are going to fix a MacBook. I know it's been a while since we've fixed MacBook. It's possible that we've forgotten how to fix MacBook. The viewers have forgotten. The streamer has forgotten. But maybe not. Who knows the first step anytime we're fixing a MacBook? Does anybody know? Does anybody know? Does anybody have the first step? That's right, it's to kill the coronavirus. Die, Corona. Fucking die. Break its back, fuck its ass, make it humble. Old country way. Speaking of breaking backs, fucking asses, and making humble, that's exactly what Vimeo's sales team did to me the other day. So, YouTube's been having issues with all my uploads on and off. Thought, okay, let me stop procrastinating getting more storage on Vimeo. Because I do use Vimeo, I think it's like $950 or $1,000 a year. Gets you 7 terabytes. I have about 21 terabytes of video overall that I was going to upload. You know how much it costs per terabyte on Vimeo? $400. So in order to have 20 to 26 terabytes of video, that would cost me about $10,000 a year. I don't know. I'm not really all excited about it. It took Vimeo's sales team 2 weeks to get back to me. When I had them on the phone, what I said was, listen, I understand the way this works. You have a website that doesn't give a price. I have to contact you for a price. I have to contact a customer service person to contact an enterprise team person to then contact the person that fucking calls me. I understand the way this works. You're going to give me a price that is going to cause me to pass out, which is why you need to be on the phone with me so that you can manage my emotions as that happens. I promise I'm not going to do that to you. Here's what I'm looking for. Can you give me a price? I'm not going to be mad. I'm not going to be angry. I'm not going to pass out. Just give me a price. Just lay it on me. 400 a terabyte. That was pretty much the end of that phone conversation. $400 per terabyte. That was the end of that phone conversation. Okay. So let's take a look at this MacBook and see what's wrong with it. All right, let's see what we got here. So we have a MacBook, and it's clearly fucking nasty. The Welcome Back MacBook is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Which is what we expect, because it's a MacBook. They're all disgusting. It doesn't matter how clean they are. They will always be dirty to me. So what we're going to do, what we do on every single one of these filthy, disgusting crap books, we're going to plug in the MagSafe. We're going to see how many amps it takes. And go from there. Let's plug in the MagSafe. What do we get? We get 300 milliamps, but no fan spin. Strange. Very, very strange. Is it a dead fan? Is it going to chime? You're going to go chime, chime? You're going to give me a little chime, chime? No, you're just giving me a little dirt, dirt. Okay. Well, we do have a fan that just tried to spin there for a second and then stopped. The fan tried to spin for a second and then stopped. What does that mean, MacBook? Tell me what it means. Okay, so we have a fan spinning. Now this screen is unplugged, probably because it looks disgusting. Oh, God. It's fucking, jeez, I want to go back to quitting. Ew. Ew. Whose hair is that? Oh, whose hair is that? Oh, I don't want to touch this MacBook. I want to go home. I want to go home. I want to go home and play Dota. I want to lose his razor and not last hit properly. Oh, for fuck's sake. All right, let's get the board out of the case before we work on the backlight issue. On Vimeo, could you slice your back catalog by MacBook year and run 3 premium account for $210 a month? Too much work. That's the thing. Like, I'm okay spending $1,000, $2,000, or even $3,000 a year to do this. But like, first thing I have to do is for all my old videos, I actually have fucked up file names for every single one. So someone needs to actually sit there, watch it, name it, match it to the YouTube video that it corresponds to, and that's a lot of work to pay for. But then I have to have 3 separate accounts. Like, it's not just that I'm paying you $3,000 for the 21 terabytes. I gotta pay like 3 different times on 3 different accounts, and like that's fucking insane. I'm not kidding. No, I'll deal with it. If YouTube deletes me, YouTube deletes me. I wanted to have Vimeo as a backup, and the funny thing after that conversation is I always thought more storage would be available if I called, but now that I know that more storage is not available unless I pay, you know, way more than the rate I currently pay, now I kind of want to go from paying them $1,000 to not paying them at all, because it's not really useful to me anymore, you know? It's like it's not a full backup. It's not a proper backup. Actually, you know what? Yeah, fuck that. I gotta tell Hi-Hat to get rid of this shit. Fuck out of here, Vimeo. Get this shit. I gotta fucking... Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, what the... Hi, I need you to remake that shit without saying Vimeo on it. Oh, man. Yeah, oh, man, everything in here is all sticky and freaking... Why am I doing this backwards? What is this, Australia? Paul Daniels, get out of my stream. I had the MacBook backwards. That's not the way you take apart a MacBook. That was backwards. That's not how this works. That's not how you take apart a MacBook. That's not what you do. It's not supposed to be upside down. The Hesh truck's back and it's better than ever for Christmas this year. The Hesh truck's here. The Hesh truck's back and it's better than ever for Christmas this year. The Hesh truck's here. The MacBook's back and it's filthier than ever for Christmas this year. Fuck you, Tim Cook. How much is the Linus video service? You like Linus, right? Okay. CPU V-core area, little nasty. You know what really sucks is my microscope camera's buttons don't work anymore. So I can't adjust the white balance on it. I gotta ask Paul if he can fix this for me tomorrow. He's like, see, I have this, I can scroll, but I can't touch the freaking buttons anymore. Look at this. See? Neither button. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. So we have minor corrosion by the SMC. Nothing a little hot air won't fix. Massive corrosion by the LED driver. And this LCD connector is all corroded. The feedback via over here, actually it looks like it probably survived. Ah, I see a man of culture is here. Do you own a Pine phone? Yeah, I gotta make time to try a new OS on that. I like the concept. I like what they were going for. I really do. I respect the concept of what they're going for. And I hope they freaking succeed at it. I do. I hope they succeed. Alright, so we are going to replace that LED driver. Why is he working on a Sunday? Because I can't afford to use as much punctuation as you do unless I work on a Sunday. Every time I put a question mark into a YouTube live chat, they charge me $1. I wish I could just be like you and use punctuation freely that way. How do you know that, Zoltan? You probably Googled it and just found some shitty site that aggregates crappy data. According to Google, Google claims I'm a millionaire too. That's bullshit. I wouldn't be here working on a freaking Sunday if I was a millionaire. I'd be building my own electric car instead of, you know, adding a shitty Chinese mid-drive motor to a Yuba with 3 batteries and a diode bridge. I don't know. But Google says I'm a millionaire. It must be right, because it's Google, right? Someone who never contacted me, who has shown no bank statements, no records, no income statements, no tax returns, said it. And the funny thing is that when you type my name and that into Google, it actually shows up as one of those questions. Like, Google has these pre-programmed questions that they when you search for certain terms, and it's answered automatically, default, is some no evidence having horseshit ass website. Oh man. One of the things I learned from that is because a lot of people thought it was true, and it shows up in my comments a lot. And this is something you can learn from everything in these cases. It is very easy to believe that I'm a millionaire, which makes me wonder, where have I failed and fucked up in business and life that I'm not? Because if it's that easy to believe that I'm a millionaire, then it must mean that it is something that I should have achieved at this point. And if I haven't, then what did I fuck up? It's something that comes to mind when I see those comments. Like I take it as an insult, but not kind of in the way that people think, which is, it's so easy to perceive that I am a millionaire. It's so like easy to believe it that must mean that I have clearly fucked up 6 ways to Sunday by getting to where I am and not being a millionaire. I need to get a thing for my flux because I'm missing the little needle thingamajiggy. I'm gonna get my little needle thing. Cracked chip by LCD connector. No, it's probably not cracked. People say that stuff is cracked constantly, but it's never actually cracked. It's usually a hair over the chip. Like every single time someone says there's a crack, it's not a crack, it's a hair. COVID-19. COVID-16. But yeah, where did that start from? Oh yeah, that started with the person that was saying that Linus is worth 2.5 or 3 million. But like that's the thing, how do you know what he's worth? And like, have you seen his tax statements? Have you seen his bank statements? Have you seen income statements? Have you logged into his account to see his revenue? Like, I don't know. It's weird when I see people say stuff like that. It's one of those things that I've read about with the news in general. I'm trying to remember the person who said it. It was something like, when I saw the way a certain paper covered me, I went back for the 20 years that I had read it and wondered how they covered everything else that I read. Have you checked out using Library? Yeah, they're free, but it sucks. It's like, what is it? It's low resolution. You can't upload high resolution long form video. It's low resolution. Don't get it twisted. It's free. It's free. You can't complain about free. But I guess you can. Yeah, I can. I'd rather pay a little bit of money and have something that is higher resolution. But you can't. You can't get higher resolution. Unless you pay Vimeo $400 a freaking terabyte. $400 a terabyte is painful. Let's just get rid of all the junk over here. We're going to try and start fresh. Needles are not the answer. Do good old-fashioned snortable containers. I like my needles. I love my needles. It's beautiful. HAKKO says everybody that owns a company must be a millionaire because American Dream or something. Yeah, George Carlin puts it well. You know, they call it the American Dream because you have to be asleep to believe it. Or you have to be dreaming to... something like that. Alright, so these pads are kind of fecked up. I'm gonna... scrape, scrape, scrape. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Scrape your pads. Scrape your pads. How is the house hunting going? I haven't really done much of that. I have not done any of that. Yeah. Alrighty. If you scrape too hard, the pad comes off. If you don't scrape hard enough, the dirt stays there. You'll learn eventually what you can get away with. You should probably practice on donor boards that are dead, that are similar to the board you plan on working on. It'll help you get used to it. What on earth happened to that board? I don't know. Got sodomized. You think Jeff Bezos did not work his ass off from his garage? I don't know what Jeff Bezos did. I wasn't there. Not really sure. I have no idea what Jeff Bezos did or did not do. I know there's a lot of angry people that like to go outside of his apartment with guillotines. Kind of curious how that's going to end. He's not going to be happy when he realizes he's been paying Vimeo for what library does for free. I'm like, oh, come on. I mean, can you read a spec sheet? Okay, go to library.io. Can I upload 4K 60 frame a second or 1080p 60 frame a second? Can I put 26 gigabytes of 1080p 60 frame per second high bitrate video on library? Really? Like, really? I can do that on... Come on. I'm glad you decided to stream. Keep being great. I'll be happy to be mediocre, honestly. At the moment, I would settle for mediocre. Anything is better than nothing. How about hosting the videos in a web server for your website? That is, but that's a lot of money. That's the thing. As much as Vimeo's $400 per terabyte per year sounds bad, it's actually much better than using conventional web hosting. I think if I used conventional web hosting for my stuff, it would be way worse. Back up to your iCloud using your Apple ID. I don't have an Apple ID. Rotation. Alright, so we're going to need an LED driver and some wick. I'll be right back with an LED driver and some wick. I think Lewis hates older models, A1181, A1304, A1278. It's not really about love or hate, it's just a question of economics. What is the machine worth when it works on the used market? How much time and effort and labor and parts do you put into fixing it? And how do you pay the rent when that's done? The other thing is that machines that are that old will often likely have secondary issues to the primary issue you fix. And the problem is that when you fix those issues and there's a secondary issue, then you get hit with the, but it wasn't doing this before you fixed it. Like, do you know how annoying it is? If someone's having an issue with OpenOffice or like Microsoft Word or whatever, and you give them, you should use Pornhub for backup. That's actually a damn good idea. Because these videos have every element of it. You got random, strange, gooey liquids. You have people going, ugh! You have the climax of fan spin. It could be its own genre. No, seriously. Tell me how this is not porn. Anyway. You know how annoying it is when someone's having an issue with Microsoft Word and I install LibreOffice for them and then the next day their hard drive starts clicking and they said, ever since you touched it, it wasn't working until you touched it. It's so fucking aggravating. And so at some point, knowing that you're dealing with the general consumer public and not with, you know, some sort of business organization or school where you, like, when you're dealing with the general public, you really do have to think about that. So what is the likelihood of that happening? What is the likelihood of that happening? What is the general profit you stand to make on that device? What are the chances that a customer will say yes versus no? So if you have a device where 99% of the time the customer is going to say no to any repair because the machine's worth $100 and it works, 50% of the time that you touch it, something else is going to die on it a week later. And like it's a matrix. You see, you kind of come up with a matrix, and then at some point, older devices stop being worth it to work on because you can't get parts for them anymore that are in good condition. The likelihood with a free estimate that a customer is actually going to agree to fix it is very low. Not that you can blame them because the thing's so freaking old. And the likelihood of them cursing you out when their 60 gigabyte Fujitsu hard drive starts going ka-click, 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 ka-click. Yeah, it is. I don't hate those old machines. I just intensely dislike them, as well. One of my first bosses used to say, Lois, you hate nothing. You intentionally dislike it. Lois, you hate nothing. You intentionally dislike it. I should see how he's doing. I haven't spoken to him in a long time. Hope that old dude's doing well. All that stuff's going to flow into place in a moment. You'll see. I'm being lazy with how I'm placing it on the board. But the thing is, it's okay. Because even though I was super lazy with all that component placement, I'm going to look like a fucking pick-and-place machine in the next 50 seconds. It's got to get one more resistor. That's one of these other donors that I didn't steal it from. I stole it from most of these donors. Those are precious, precious backlight-enabled resistors. Oh, so precious. So precious. Stolen. Ooh, not stolen. Well, see how nasty all those resistors are? How none of them are in order? Watch this. This is freaking magic, folks. It's the magic of surface tension. Thank you, Mr. Mike. Your business decisions will make people not like what you say. That's how things work. I don't understand what you just said. Your business decisions will make people not like what you say. That's how things work. Yep. I don't get that. Sorry. I'm gonna place the Thunderbolt chip just to be nice. Just to show you that I'm a nice guy. Are AliExpress donor boards any good? Oh, depends on how you define good. Like a lot of these donor boards come from a seller that sells stuff on AliExpress. Now I think he's one of the better sellers of things, but I don't know if the other sellers are any good. But the AliExpress is definitely a starting point if you're looking for donor boards for these machines, for sure. Has right to repair ever been discussed in Canada? I don't know. I'm not in Canada, and I don't follow Canadian politics much. So I'm not sure if it has been. I've been working on the idea of putting more effort in locally than what I have been putting in. Someone actually reached out to me that it claimed, that they're worth a ridiculous, insane, stupid amount of money. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. And they said, what would you do? What would you do with right to repair if you had way more money to work with? And they kept kind of amping me up to be excited about the dollar amount that they had. And I thought they were full of shit. And then I decided to Google it, and then I saw the guy's name in some SEC filings based for some certain company sales, and it's like, yeah, okay, he wasn't making it up. Unless he blew all the money on hookers and blow in the meantime. And I have not heard a thing from that guy in a while. So I think I may have been getting baited. But we'll see, one way or the other. But I wanted to put in a lot more effort than the effort that I have been putting in rubbing my two sticks together. So when do you care about functional Thunderbolt? It's not so much about caring about functional Thunderbolt as it is I know that that cap is going to short to ground and then the machine's not going to turn on and the customer's going to come back and be angry. So it's best to deal with it right now. But don't mistake this for me caring about functional Thunderbolt. Don't mistake me for someone that cares about Thunderbolt, especially on a 13-inch Air. Because nobody's using that on a 13-inch Air. On a 15-inch Pro, usually, yes. Has Riki Kim reached out to you for an interview on his podcast? Or being Henrik Husby on at the same time, I think his idea was. No. Don't give up on YouTube. We love you, Lewis. Enjoy your videos and thoughts on the world. The rides to and from work are great. Hey, thank you. Yeah, I haven't really been putting much on YouTube lately. I've been a really bad YouTube content creator. I've been a really, really bad content creator. It's almost like I never took the job seriously to begin with. It's almost like I never saw it as a job to begin with. Alright. Lewis is the kind of person who fixes boards so the customer never comes back. But again, you have an Apple product. Yeah. It ensures future business. They'll be back with their new one. Because someday they'll get sick of this one. And then they'll buy a new one in spite of the fact that there's enough information to stop doing that. Alright, LED drivers there. Thank you, BNC. BC. Yeah, there's two people that watch regularly, BC and then BNC Connection. So this is somewhat confusing. It's hard to tell which one of you is the real BC. Joseph, the problem is he kind of hates doing it. Yeah, he hates doing it. It's hard to find someone who's actually going to do them the way that I used to do them. I don't even do them the way I used to do them. Like, I'd be explaining this every step of the way. I would be showing you stuff in the schematic. I'd be explaining why stuff is happening. Now, I don't know. 6 years of the same shit. I just don't feel like doing it anymore. It is work. When it shouldn't be. I kind of just like streaming and doing my thing and not really caring about explaining every single little thing. Mobile Fix in the chat is trying to get me pregnant. He's always presented himself as a ladies' man in his prior streams and his comments. But I never thought he would actually try and get me pregnant the way he is here. You're gonna have to try harder than that. Alright, so somebody who I forget the name of because I suck, got me this fiberglass pen, and I'm sorry if I forgot your name. Well, that I forgot your name. But let's see how this thing scrapes. I kind of prefer tweezers. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad to say, but I almost kind of prefer because this seems a little bit wide. I need something that's maybe a little finer. But actually, it's doing a good job here. Yeah, fiberglass pen did a good job. But yeah, I'm feeling good, Red Monk 54. I'm on Twitch. Why don't I see you live on YouTube? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so we're going to throw this nasty connector away. And now I'm going to put another connector on the board and see what happens. I'm going to put another connector on the board and we're going to see how this works. After this is done, then this board will be, it's still going to be freaking disgusting, but it'll be a disgusting board that works rather than a disgusting board that doesn't. And that's what matters here. I cannot make a MacBook any less disgusting. I can just make it work. That's what we're trying to do. Let's ultrasonic this, get rid of as much of the nasty as we can. That's what we do. We attack as much of the nasty as we can. We can't get rid of all the nasty. We can just get rid of most of the nasty. Do I remember how to solder a connector? That's an excellent question. That is an excellent, excellent question, and one way to find out. Three people think you accidentally rotated that IC chip. I need evidence. Evidence or it didn't happen. Also, you said that IC chip, not which IC chip, which kind of doesn't help me much at all. I've replaced quite a few things at this point. Keep up the good work. Greetings from the Netherlands. Why, hello to all of you people out there in the Netherlands. I hope you're having a lovely day. Backlight chip. Yeah, but I believe it's rotated the right way, so it's upside down when feedback wall is in the bottom. Is it not? That backlight pin could use a little bit of scrapity scraping. Scrapey scrape, scrapey 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 scrape. Scrapey scrape. Hello, Catherine. How are you doing today? I'm doing better than usual. Why, thank you for asking, and I hope your kitties are doing well. I hope you're having a lovely day. I hope you're having a lovely MacBook-free day. I really need a good fume extractor. I'm used to soldering in large open rooms out in my office. Well, if you can't afford a fume extractor, I would suggest you get some sort of $20 fan and solder it with the fan pointed out the window, right next to the window. Get a really high-powered fan. Maybe some, in-ear headphones so that you don't hear all the noise it makes, and just use that. The truly best fume extractor you can get is a window, if you don't have the money for something normal, and a means to get out the window. The next thing will be Lewis puts back JTAG headers. Oh, thanks for reminding me, my friend. Thanks for reminding me. We got some... Die. Piece of shit JTAG connector. Die! AP342 circuit should get a little bit of fluxing, refluxing. This additionalist is getting trolled. Will he take the bait? Will he take the bait? One way to find out on this episode of Dealing with an Online Comments Section. So Erica has a scrunchie that she got from her friend in Canada. And she was riding the bike with me and her scrunchie fell off. And she was really sad because she really liked this scrunchie. So she looks at me at 1:30 a.m. and says, "Can we go back outside and retrace our steps to find the scrunchie?" I said, "Erica, you rode like 7 miles and it's dark outside and it's 1:30 in the morning." And she goes, "Yeah, but I miss my scrunchie." I think it's important that whichever woman you're dating in life, or if it's a dude, same concept, goes both ways, is that if they look at you at 1:30 in the morning and they say they really miss their scrunchie that fell off, that you actually want to go look for it. Because I was thinking about that, and the moment that she said that, and I said, "All right, get your helmet, we're going to go." And we looked for it. We didn't find it. We spent about a half hour retracing our steps. I knew we were never going to fucking find it, but I knew it would bother her if we didn't go. I was just thinking about this for a moment. And every single woman I've dated before in my life, I would have just stared at them, laughed, and said, "Get the fuck out of here. I'm playing Dota and going to bed." Or like, "I'm reading my Bloomberg and going to sleep." But Erica's the type of woman where if she says, "I miss my scrunchie," I actually want to go outside, and I actually want to go through all of Brooklyn and Manhattan, retrace my steps at 1:30 a.m. so that she can try and find her scrunchie that she thought was sentimental. Yeah. And it really made me wonder, any woman I date throughout my life, I'm going to make sure that it's the type of person where if they ask me that, I would actually want to do it. Because I was thinking about this, and like any of the other people that I put out with asked me that, I would just like say, "Get the fuck out of here. Get the fucking fuck out of here." Never, Andre. Not for me. The problem is that she uses a MacBook. They're the sort of person you'd fix an iPhone 4 for in 2020. Yes. She got me to fix her freaking iPhone 4 so that she could use it on her damn game that she can't use her new phone for. Like, I like my iPhone 4. It's like, "Erica, it's a fucking piece of shit. Throw this thing in the trash where it belongs. It's an iPhone 4. Deal breaker, someone says. Yes. I'd still play Dota. Are you insane? Yeah. I don't blame Anel. Anel tells me about these hoes that he meets, the demands they make, the insults they levy on him. I'd probably do the same thing. And again, if I was dating Anel, I'd probably do the same thing to him. But I wouldn't be dating Anel because I'm a man and I'm also his employer. In that order. I don't know how this came into the conversation. That really just... I think someone in the chat was implying that Anel is an asshole and that's why he's single. And I'm inclined to agree with you there. But I'm an asshole as well, and I'm not single. I think it's because Erica is still tricked into this idea that I'm a nice guy. It's better than the type of girl that says, I don't like the color of my iPhone anymore, I want to do it. Yeah. What do you think of the Pine phone? I'm probably going to wind up giving that thing to Erica once I put a new operating system on it for Christmas. I think Erica should have a Pine phone. I think she'd enjoy it. I'm going to give Erica a Pine phone. She will have Pine. Alright, so someone said I put the chips on the bottom of the board the wrong way. Which is probably bullshit, but let's see. So that chip's not on the wrong way, and that, yeah, none of those are on the wrong way. You're saying that I turned it around, but I turned it around to get it in the right orientation to begin with. And frankly, if you people have been paying attention for the past 5 years, you know that the LED driver goes on upside down! You don't pay any attention to this, do you? Might as well just make these fucking videos with the camera off. Maybe I shouldn't pay Vimeo $400 per year per terabyte. Maybe there's no point in having a backup if YouTube deletes my channel, because clearly you weren't watching anyway. Shame. Shame. Alright, let's see if this works. We don't pay attention. Obviously. Obviously. Has CEO of a rival company come in and gets his stuff fixed in one of my locations because his employees walk out when he suddenly cut their salaries in half. Yeah, that tends to be how it works. That tends to be how it works. Why did he? Was it a case of like less business or something, or like what happened there? I don't know. I've never had a case where I've had to do that, but I don't want to say anything because if I say something like smart there, then I'm gonna wind up having the misfortune of something like that happening to me. And then, like, that's how this works. Like, business will go down 75% after I make a wise-ass comment on that dude, and yeah. Man, even the freaking DC-in cable is destroyed on this. That can get replaced later. We want to see if we get a backlight right now. We just got to clean off some of this filth. There's filth everywhere in this MacBook. There's a weird static noise. I can't do anything about it, man. It's intermittent static, not much I can do. I probably need to replace the plug on this microphone. Yeah, I got to replace the plug on it, but I don't have one here. And I don't feel like going out and getting one right now because I'm a lazy bum and I'm already started streaming. I don't want to go. Actually, B&H isn't open today. It's Sunday. Are they open late today? I need a 3.5 millimeter nitric gold-plated solderable plug. And what's going to happen is the moment that I'm done with the stream, the second I'm done with it, I'm going to forget that I need to buy it. And this is going to keep going on for like 6 months until someone eventually sends it in saying, I'm sick and tired of hearing goddamn buzzy audio. That's the way this usually works. All right, let's see. I probably should finish soldering down that display connector, but first thing I should do is see if it actually works or blows up. Let's check diode mode to ground here. Write it down, Lewis. Can't write it down. I'm busy. I got a board to fix. There's no time to write things down. You should send Erica to work for Apple and infiltrate the schematics department. That would be interesting. 0.577. That's a little high. It's supposed to be 0.519 and 0.546. What I'm doing there is I'm putting the multimeter in diode mode, red probe on ground, black probe on the end of the circuit that I want to see what's going on with. And what I noticed there is that it's giving me 0.577. That usually means the switch trace is broken, which I hope it isn't on this. Or maybe it's just because I just soldered it. We'll see. Sometimes it's different when you just solder it. We'll see if I get a backlight or if I get a machine that blows up in my face. Turn on, you bitch. Turn on. I forgot to reflow the area around the SMC too. But let's at least see if I get a backlight in the meantime. Come on, you piece of freaking... Alright. Yeah! Beautiful. There's a light in the screen. Works. And now I might as well clean up the SMC area just a little bit. a little bit of cleaning up on that SMC area there. And ultrasonic this board and call it a day. Yeah, this could use a little bit of re-hottery. I've been lied to. Where is the iPhone for? I don't use auto gain control, Germif. I just need to lower my gain. But I can't lower my gain until I'm done with the video, because when I edit the video, I don't feel like having to ride the gain up, down, up, down, up, down. I'd rather just put some sort of D-clip plugin on it for now, and then move on to the next video with the lowered gain. And you don't want, you want to have just enough solder to actually have it connected to the board, but you don't want the solder to wind up going around into the port. Yeah, I know, interference. I know. I probably need to get a new plug, but I don't have one on me, and not much I can do at the moment. I know. I can't do anything about it right now. I know. All right, that's about it. We have a nice, beautiful board here. Look at how pretty this thing is. It's ready to be given back to them. I'm fucking with you. I'm not going to give it back to the customer like this. This is getting ultrasonic over and over. Oh, just until it doesn't look like this anymore. That's it for today. And as always, I hope that you learned something. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye now.